What's going on, guys? It's Garrett, and today guys a highly requested discussion of two portfolio websites, Behance and Carbonmade. So what I'm going to do is hop over to my computer monitor and I'll show you guys pretty much both of them. So I'll show you guys the Behance projects first. So Behance is a really sleek and professional portfolio website made by Adobe. And this was partnered with Adobe in December of 2000, I believe it was 12. Yeah, in 2012. And it's the top brand of portfolios throughout the internet. So I'm just showing you a couple Behance projects that I've made that are currently on my portfolio website that are really professional, and you guys can tell that it's really nice to look at. So we're pretty much going to be discussing this portfolio website versus Carbonmade. So Carbonmade is basically another portfolio website founded by other designers that thought it was too expensive to pay for portfolios for the brand their illustrations. So this was founded in 2005 of December before Christmas, and it was launched actually on Christmas Day. So I'm just showing you guys a couple projects from there. So basically what I'm going to do is I have a piece of paper and a chart next to me discussing how much these cost and what is the best. So I'm going to go straight into the first one, and that's going to be payment. So payment is probably the most important thing when you're going onto a portfolio website, especially when you guys have to brand something like Twitter headers, logos, flat design stuff. So for payment, you guys do not have to pay for anything for Behance. If you guys go to the Carbonmade website, sorry for the typing. If you guys go to the Carbonmade website, you guys can go right here to pricing. So you guys are actually limited to how many projects you guys can have, and also pieces throughout the project. So you guys can see it's $6 a month, which is for 10 projects, 100 pieces, $12 a month for 50 projects, and $24 a month for unlimited everything. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you do the math, you know, $12 a month does add up. So you can pay also for yearly, which is even more expensive. I wouldn't know why someone pays for a year, but they do offer a free how do I explain this? A free like trial, I guess you can call it. So you're allowed to use, I believe it's 5 projects and 25 pieces throughout your Carbonmade, and that's pretty much the limit of you can use. Yeah, so here's 5. So that's pretty much where they cut you off. They say you have to pay for it, and then you guys have to delete stuff and add stuff. So that's pretty much the downfall of Carbonmade. If you go to Behance, you guys are not limited to anything. You guys can add whatever you want. You guys can add how many ever projects you want, files throughout the project, work in progresses, and everything like that. So I definitely give Behance the number 1 on this part of pricing. So the next step is professional, like how professional these each of them are. So you guys can see that Carbonmade, I'm gonna do that tab before I keep clicking on it. Carbonmade is, I guess you can call it professional. Most people do not have GIFs as their thumbnails. I did this because it looks a little cleaner, but it's just like you can't really explain a lot throughout the Carbonmade. You can only add pictures, and I believe you can add a simple like comment right here, which I just linked my HT images. So Carbonmade definitely is not what I would choose for this, because if you guys go to Behance, you guys can see logo volume. You guys can see everything, look how sleek everything looks. The colors matched all right on top of each other. You can even go to my branding. My branding is a prime example. You could never do this on Carbonmade. It would just say that the file size is too big, and that would be the end of it. So especially with Behance, you guys can add your own text. You guys can add your own images, your logos. And sorry if I keep itching my eye, there's something in it. And you guys can pretty much do whatever you guys want. So for professional portion of this, I definitely give Behance the number 1 on this, just because how nice it looks and just how more presentable it is. So the next thing on this list is actually what's easier to go through, and this was a thing that I came across on my stream a couple days ago. I was streaming, and a lot of kids were in my chat that were designers, and they're asking what's better, you know, Behance, Carbonmade, or Weebly. So I pretty much discarded Weebly just because that's a website, and I will get into that later on in a different discussion, but definitely don't use Weebly for any portfolios if you're going to do this for teams, college work, etc. So the question is what's easier, and it depends how fluent you are with the computer. Let's just hop over to Carbonmade. I think if I log in, it'll show. I don't know my password. There you go. So when you log into Carbonmade, you guys can tell that it's already easy to do. It's all on the left side. You guys can pretty much do whatever you want. You can even click on a project and edit it from there. So to edit these, you guys have to click add pieces. You guys can change the description, the role, the date, everything like that. So this is definitely the easiest part of doing a portfolio, is probably Carbonmade, just because you guys can do whatever you guys want. There's also different designs. You guys can change your thumbnail, how it presents. You guys can even make a little website to present your portfolio, which is actually pretty nice. So now let's go to Behance. So Behance is really easy once you do it at least 4 or 5 times. It's like driving a car. Like once you drive it like 4 or 5 times, you're pretty like good at doing whatever you want to do. So basically, if you click on a project and you guys right here says edit project, you can pretty much edit this, and then load it the edit project editor, or loading project editor, excuse me, and you guys can pretty much individually add scenes. So it doesn't get too complicated when you're doing that, but right when you want to start adding spacing and background and dividers and stuff, that's when it starts to get a little complicated with text and how everything else is, because you guys have to space out everything exactly the way it is, and you guys cannot pretty much go too far throughout this without having like a little hassle. So definitely for what's easier, I would definitely give Carbonmade the plus on this one. So the last thing I'm going to talk about throughout the discussion is explain what benefits, like the benefits of both. So I'm going to explain the benefits of both and I'll pick a winner. So I'll go with Carbonmade first, just because I want to get rid of this because I don't really like Carbonmade. So Carbonmade is good for Call of Duty. End of the discussion. Do not use this for logos. Do not use this for illustrations. Do not use this for anything else except for Call of Duty. And you guys are probably like, well, I don't design Call of Duty. 80% of my people watching this right now are Call of Duty designers. And the reason behind why I say choose this is because it's easier to remember, and you guys can get that OG URL. So obviously mine's not that nice, but you guys pretty much know what I get. So and it's just really easy to use. You click on one thumbnail and everything pops up. So use this for Call of Duty scenery and things like that, but do not use this for professional work. The next thing you want to talk about on Carbonmade is probably limiting what you put in here. So you guys can only use your best work. I don't like clicking on portfolios, especially as a designer myself, when people ask for opinions on their portfolio. If they link a Carbonmade and I click on one YouTube thing and it's just like an endless list of work, it's just like I can't deal with it. It just hurts my eyes. Definitely use Behance if you want to add a lot of projects. Carbonmade is used for your best projects of YouTube banners, social revamps. I use some low poly stuff. Even Cinema 4D work looks a little weird in here, just because the spacing just looks weird. So definitely use Behance for this. So the benefit, I guess, of this is probably how easy it is to work around, and also that it's just a nice, I guess you can call it a nice branding of a website, or whatever you want to call it. So the next one's Behance, and this is totally my favorite one. So the benefits of this is everything. You guys can hit discover activity. You guys can see how many people view your work, how many people like it, comment on it. This is pretty much like a little social media website throughout its own of a portfolio. You guys can add as many projects as you want. You guys can do this for free. I mean, I don't feel like paying for a portfolio. That's just me. You guys can make as many as you want. Like here, I have another one. I'll hop over to that one too. There's just I have more projects here, and look, it just this file size was gigantic. I did all of this in Illustrator, so you guys can tell this file size is huge. They didn't care. There's no file size maximum, and it's just pretty much really nice to work around. You guys can brand everything so much easier. You guys can explain stuff throughout it. Look, I can add a longer comment. I can add paragraphs. I can add anything. So definitely Behance is the most beneficial portfolio website there is. Also, that's good about this is you guys can add on the web stuff right here on the side, where you guys can add your social links. You guys can add your focuses, like what you want to do when you're doing for designing, like branding, advertising, graphic design, etc. You guys can have how many followers you have, how many following your followers, how many following you are following. Yeah. How many appreciations you have overall, how many project views you have overall. About me, you guys can list something that's about yourself, like I'm 16, I design, I'm on YouTube and stuff like that. Work experience, you guys can add your own jobs. This is all pops up right when you click on your thing. If you guys are applying for college, definitely use Behance. The only thing that would be semi up there with it is DeviantArt, but even that is hard to maneuver sometimes once you first click on it. So definitely if I have to pick a winner throughout these two, Carbonmade versus Behance, Behance would take the whole entire thing easily. It's like, what is it, 2-1. Behance just totally wins. That's pretty much my best thing. So other than Behance being the best portfolio website, you guys can add anything. You can post for a job. You guys can find jobs. You guys can go to Discover. Look, if you go to Discover, look at all this stuff. Like, you guys can pretty much click on something and it just boggles your mind. That's how nice it is. Like, you would never see this on Carbonmade. Like, I don't want to hate against Carbonmade, but just like look at the professionalism of Behance. Sorry, I'm getting lost. I was looking at this. Wow. Like, you can't do this on Carbonmade. I'm sorry, but you can't. The spacing, look at that. Look how nice it is. It's just like everything is so proper and everything is so like put together well. It's the best thing. So the last thing I want to talk about is colleges and universities. If you guys are in a different country, I'm in the USA. We call them colleges or unis or waste of time. So this brings up a lot of discussions because people are like, well, I'm going to college, what do I use? And I'm sitting here like, you have to use Behance. If you guys go to Discover and you type in any college, you can type in, let's just say SVA. This is work from School of Visual Arts. This is like, I guess you can call it one of the best art colleges in the United States. And you guys can even add GIFs. I forgot to mention that. You guys can add GIFs. I'm pretty sure you guys can add videos as well. But most colleges use all of this. This is like college mania. Illustrations. You guys can add anything. There's a wide range of variety. The best thing about this as well, there's so many good things about it. You guys can filter by schools, tools that people use, the color. You guys can add things. It's like a little dribble. I think it's called dribble. And then you guys can even type in a certain theme. Let's just say we type in calligraphy. You guys can even find certain calligraphies and stuff like people are doing. And it's just a wide range of variety of things throughout a website. It's just like the best thing ever. So this is probably my top pick would be Behance. There's nothing better than this that I've figured out so far. The only thing that you could match towards Behance is making your own website, but if you're doing that, you need to code it yourself. You cannot use a template through Weebly or through Wix or through Foursquare, not Foursquare. What is it called? Squarespace. So yeah, I'm trying to look at my thing, make sure I don't have anything else written down. So what's even cooler about Behance is it's linked with Adobe. So you don't need to make a special email, special account. It's pretty much linked with your Adobe account. If you have, let's just say Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, all the master collection bought, it just pops up and you pretty much have your account ready to go. And I cannot explain how better this is. You can even tweet stuff, like share it. It's just like, it's so much more. You guys can even see on the page right here, it's just so much more complex than here. So if I have to pick one, I already said it before, Behance would take it. If you guys are part of the Call of Duty scene, the Call of Duty community, Battlefield, Fallout, the YouTube, I guess you can call it, this team, definitely use Carbonmade just because it's simpler to use. If you guys don't want to hassle, it's definitely something you'd want to recommend using. And just you have to limit your things. You cannot add 25 banners and then max out your projects and files right there. That just doesn't look good. But Behance would be the most ideal for me as well, since I'm a designer. I do pretty much everything. So that's pretty much my thing. Also, it's free. Like, I'm gonna see how long I am on this. For 13 minutes, I'm fine. I don't need to worry about it. It's free. Who wants to pay for a portfolio? You're trying to make money. You can't. Well, I mean, if you spend money, you make money. I guess it's a good saying. But who wants to spend $6 a month before they start designing for teams? Like, I don't understand it. If someone links me a Behance, I'm guaranteed to click on it and to say something to them. I just like, it's just a lot nicer to see someone using such a more professional website rather than Carbonmade. So this whole discussion pretty much popped up on my stream last night. Last night, because I slept all day today. So last night, some kid, I want to believe it was Sean, but I'm not too sure. If you guys are watching the video right now, definitely comment below if you were the person that said it. I'll definitely give you a shout out. But they asked, they're like, Garrett, like, what's good, like Carbonmade or Behance? And I was like, definitely Behance. And everyone's like, oh, Carbonmade, Weebly. And I was sitting there on my stream, I had like my hands on my eyes, I was like rubbing, I was like, oh, I was like, these kids are idiots. And I pretty much just explained why Behance is so much better. It's free. I'm looking at my list right now. It's free. It's more professional, guaranteed. It's easier. I guess Carbonmade wins that one for being easier. Carbonmade's like 4 clicks and you have a project filled. And then I explain the benefits of both. It's just like, it's so much nicer. Behance would win this no matter what. I'm gonna keep saying that. Just how much of a variety everything has is honestly ridiculous. You guys can discover stuff. There's even activities like people that you're following pop up here. You guys can even create a job or post a job. Like, you can go here, Boomerang, Commerce, Senior Principal UX Designer, Exhibit Designer, Graphic Designer, Multimedia Developer, UI, UX, Graphic Designer, Senior Creative, Senior Visual, Senior Graphic Creative. It's endless. So definitely use this for, I guess you can call it, for your portfolios. If you're definitely going to college, you have to use this if you're going to college. This is what every college uses. They either have their own website for it or they have Behance. SVA uses Behance. I'm telling you now because I went to the college and I'm going to try to go there for my university. So this is pretty much the end of the video. I pretty much explained what everything is, what's better, and what I can do more throughout these projects. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about any portfolio website, let me know. If you guys have another discussion topic, let me know in the description below. Just because I can make these more often, it's 1 in the morning. I kind of just woke up like an hour ago. And definitely let me know in the discussion, or not the discussion, the comments below about a new discussion you guys want me to do. Because if you guys like this, I definitely will do more, maybe once a week. And I'll definitely have a series about this. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, or not even... I'm so used to making tutorials, I'm sorry. I hope you guys like this discussion. If you have any comments, let me know in the comments below. If you're having problems with the portfolio website, let me know too. And it's just like, you guys have to brand yourself so much nicer just to one-up everyone else, to get into those teams, to get into a job. And it's all about presenting yourself the right way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. If you did, leave a thumbs up, like this video, and comment below. And I hope you guys like the face cam in the bottom right hand corner. The overlay and everything else was done by Myth Design, so go check him out. He'll be in the description as well. And last but not least, follow me on Twitch. If you guys have any comments, definitely comment in the Twitch stream, just because I'm always there and I'm kind of just chilling, usually playing zombies. I'm kind of a zombie star, and that's pretty much it. So this is the end of the video. Definitely leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.